Welcome to another episode of Where's the Remote? And each week we're breaking down the TV everyone's talking about in sci-fi, drama, reality TV, and everything in between. I'm your host, Steven, joined here by my stellar co-host, Regine. How are you doing, friend? How was your weekend? It's not
It was
like I
just,
don't see you every fucking weekend because we got work.
yeah, I do see you every Saturday. I see you all the time. It's crazy. I chilled this weekend. I can't lie. Like I did a whole bunch of nothing, and that was great. So this weekend probably won't be like that, but
That's good. That's good. I
I
mean,
just love not doing nothing. Even though I should stop doing that because I need to be seen more. I need to be more visible.
I'm not even gonna touch that one. Whatever you got going on, more power to you. More
See,
power to you. More power to you.
whatever, man.
Can never pick a side with this one. Can never pick a side. I do
mean-
too much. I need to sit down. You know what? I need to be more visible. Whatever you say, whatever you know what, I got more shit to read. Let's move on. Let's move on.
The
Now,
judgment is just true, but
Now,
I
as a
repeat it.
quick reminder, if you appreciate how we analyze these shows, you only seeing half of our content on YouTube. Our rewatch series, Rewind and Analyze, is exclusively on Patreon, including a massive catalog of over 100 hours of deep dives waiting for you right now, including our reviews into classic seasons of The Walking Dead, True Blood, True Detective, and our ongoing MCU movie timeline rewatch. So if you want to support Black creators, get exclusive access and binge the catalog without the ad breaks, hit that link in the descriptions.
Ding.
Anything else? I apologize for cutting you
No,
off.
it's perfectly fine.
You sure? You sure? The floor is yours. The
It's
floor
literally
is yours.
perfectly fine. I'm so used to your judgment at this point. It's fine because I received it. I received
Listen,
it.
man, I just want what's best for you. And sometimes I get conflicting remarks. So I don't know where to stand. I don't know how to best support you if you don't know where you stand.
I feel that though. Like I understand that's a problem that I have. So I feel it.
Tell your therapist she owes me a check. All right, moving on. I mean, listen, man.
Please.
I'm a freelancer. I'm a freelancer. But before we dive into our main feature today, obviously covering House of the Dragon's penultimate episode, we have to take a quick moment to chat on some other shows and news. So we're going to spend a few minutes giving some, hopefully, rapid fire notes on what's happening outside of the Targaryen civil war. First up, of course, as always, we got to check in with Regine and see how she's feeling about The Walking Dead. You know, you continue on your journey. I haven't said anything to you about your continuing journey. Just let you go on it. So,
I'm on season 10 now.
okay.
I think I'm like season 10, episode 10. I mean, what a boring ass season. I got through 9, cool. But to your point, the alpha storyline is I just hate how they drag the villain arcs of each season. Like, of course they're going to get over it. Of course they're going to move on to the next. But y'all dragging out one villain for 2 seasons? Oh, brother.
Tough.
Especially Alpha crazy ass, weird ass. Like, everything about that is just not compelling. And then, like, especially like not having Rick, Maggie not being there, so many people that were there from the beginning not being there. It's like,
it's not the same show.
It's not the same. But they did catch me a little bit when they Alpha cut off all the heads of like Tara, Henry.
That was tough.
Yeah. But then it was like, according to the formula that they've had, it was time for people to die. Unfortunately, that's the unfortunate thing about this world. People do have to die, and some of our big heavy hitters that's been with us for a long time do need to perish. So,
I think that was probably the last, for me at least. I think that was like the last major moment for me with the show.
Yeah,
and I think what was so impactful about it was they infiltrated the fucking carnival when it was like they're celebrating peace, they're celebrating all this newness, they're over the whole Negan of it all, and like we have these communities and we're starting to unify as one unit and working well with one another. So for her to infiltrate the carnival was crazy. Then to know like how she did it, capturing all of them, kidnapping them, and then essentially killing them in an isolated area. And the last part was that she killed basically kids as well. Like that was the wild part.
Killing
like
Henry
didn't Enid also die? I think Enid was that was tough. That was tough.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. And then I got to the point where Sadiq died. So when they infiltrated, they had the doctor, Dante.
That was also good too. That was also good too. Because I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I not at all. It was just crazy how Sadiq finally understood what was happening on why everybody was getting sick. And then as soon as he realized it, he still couldn't save anybody, which was damn.
Yeah, and shout out to him because he obviously is also in Silo
Dr. Baby
as well.
Daddy is also Lucas Kyle. Love to see it. Love to see it.
I don't know how. Well, actually, he is Baby Daddy.
That's what Negan call him, Dr. Baby Daddy. I said I love it. So yeah, but yeah, I'm ready to get this over with. But this season 10, dragging it.
Got a long journey to go.
I'm almost there. Almost there.
Okay. But moving on, your favorite. I guess your absolute favorite post-apocalyptic show.
Yes.
How you feeling about the latest episode of Silo?
Episode 5 was so damn good. Oh, here you go.
I didn't really have slander. I really didn't have slander. What I was going to say is I really wish I felt the same way that so many other people feel. Like, I don't know what the disconnect is for me.
I don't know.
It's like I watch it and I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is good. But it's not, I don't know.
It's not moving it's not giving you emotional feelings, connection towards it.
I feel as though it's more mystery than...
Yeah, there's a lot of mystery within sci-fi.
And I'm not even... Because I don't even want to say, oh, I need action. Like, I'm not the machismo, like, oh, I need to see niggas dying every 5 seconds. I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of dialogue, a lot of back and forth, a lot of, I don't know. This person knows. This person's lying to this person. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, when is shit gonna happen? Like, when is you gonna start moving and shaking? So, but I thought it was a solid episode.
I feel like that's kind of what it was what was given to us in episode 5. It's like, damn, only 3 more episodes left. No, it's 5 more because I think they have 10 every season.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I had to look back to make sure because I'm like, damn, I can't do 8. I need 10 at least. So I love the whole, obviously the biggest plot of it all was they might die. The whole silo might die because they don't have shit. And it also, I think this silo just makes me think of human society, and same as The Walking Dead, it makes me think of the human part of society versus the material things, the outside things that we really can't control, versus the people, what it takes to survive, procreating, all of the human nature things that we've been doing since BC, after BC. And it's we don't really think of it. I feel especially in our generation, we don't really think how deeper than the surface level because we fill ourselves up with so many outside material type of things. So shows like this make me actually think about what do we need as humans? How can we survive? How can we overcome together and all of that? So I think that's why I really do be loving these shows.
We're not overcoming. I could tell you that now.
Unfortunately. The human, what is it? I can't even speak right now. The human...
I have no idea what word you're trying to say.
Aquarius are humanitarians.
Humanitarians. Got it.
Humanitarians. That's what I was trying to say. It wasn't coming out.
It wasn't coming out. It's Monday. Yeah. It's Monday. It happens to the best of us.
But yeah, that's why I think why I love it, because that is the...
I think that's a great point. It's definitely more of a sci-fi, I don't want to say depiction, but a sci-fi telling of society, how we could be sheep, and then how maybe it is in human nature that we always will revolt. I think people talk about this in the real world of every empire eventually falls, and so a lot of people are saying the American empire is falling right now. So I get it. I think when I think about that show in comparison to, The Walking Dead, they're completely two different shows. Even though they're both quote unquote post-apocalyptic,
Yeah.
But I think with The Walking Dead is the stakes feel a bit more real. Like the danger is always present, whether it's internally or external factors.
It's always the people.
Yeah, versus here it's like, the oppressed facing the oppressors.
Because they can't really see the enemy. They don't really know who's... I feel like it's the big thing about Silo. Nobody really knows who's controlling everything. They just know somebody is, and that vagueness of it all makes it compelling. It makes it compelling.
And it's like 200 plus years of programming.
Yes.
So it's more people staying in line versus like pushing back. And when they do push back, if whatever revolt isn't successful, everybody just gets back
in line.
Which is, how fucking society works, unfortunately.
That's what's going on right now.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then probably another big thing that I saw on social media as well, the penultimate episode of Raising Kanan. I think you said it. I've agreed with you. I'm glad that it's almost over.
I mean, thank God.
I don't even know what to say. I saw a lot of people were like really emotional about spoiler alert, Uncle Marvin finally meeting his day, but they've been teasing that since like God knows how long.
Since the beginning of the show. Like,
it wasn't a shocker.
It's like it was only two things for him. Either he was dying or going to jail. So
yeah, and if you watch the main Power show, like Kanan never talked about his family other than his cousin who
we know why.
Yeah, so
killed them all. Fucking sicko.
We already know they all were going to die. Like,
I think the craziest thing about this show is just showing us how sick Kanan is as a character, because we already know how crazy he is in the Power universe, right? But like getting the backstory of him and realizing that I don't know if he kills Rock, but if he does kill Rock or whatever that looks like, it's like this nigga literally killed his entire family down to his own son. Like that was already in him, which is I think the craziest part about it. Like this is a real sociopath we got going on.
Of course.
But other than that, like, so ready for it to be over with. Because what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Like, it's just a lot of scenes of stuff happening, and it's like nothing's actually happening. Compelling. Like
at all.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's whatever when it comes to that. So I'm ready for it to be done.
Yeah.
Although the one thing that someone did ask that I thought was interesting is, given that Kanan is the one that killed Uncle Marvin, how is Jukebox gonna find out, and how is she going to accept that?
Or does she ever find out?
Right. So it'll be interesting to see how they wrap that sort of story up. But I'm not watching anymore. More power to y'all. Literally, pun intended. Pun intended. And then I'm going on a little rant. It might not be little, but
oh god,
fuck y'all. It's our show. We do what we want. So obviously the biggest thing to come out last week was the new Spider-Man movie, Brand New Day.
Oh, yes. How did we
I definitely wrote a review on Letterboxd. The link will be in the description, so make sure y'all tune in for that. There's also a video on the channel as well where it gives definitely spoiler-filled feedback. I thought it was a great movie. It's borderline almost perfect film. And it is very successful at the box office because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's almost at $1 billion worldwide in the first weekend, which is insane.
Hey, and niggas ain't got jobs. That's crazy.
Which just shows, one, if you make good shit, people will pull up.
Facts.
Two, Spider-Man been that nigga. He is that nigga, and gonna stay that nigga.
For the people. Yeah. Wow. I'm excited to hear that. Scotty kept asking, I want to see the Odyssey really bad. I still haven't seen it because it's really hard to get tickets for the 70mm. So it's tough. So hopefully I can see it this weekend. I don't goddamn know. Anyways, he's been trying to get me to watch it, but I'm like, Steven said that I can't watch it until I watch the other one. So until I watch
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to watch the other Spider-Man movies so you could catch up, then
Baylor, shut the hell up.
Yeah, if you want to watch the other Spider-Man movies to catch up, by all means, and then we'll rewatch anyway for our MCU rewatch. But you definitely would not understand it without watching the other movies.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait.
Okay. Listen, it's like I said, it's a great movie. It's nearly a perfect film.
If you said it,
as someone who has seen a limited amount of stuff that Tom and Zendaya have done, they really like.
Yeah,
it was great synergy. Like it's a great performances by multiple people in the film. Great story, great visuals because there's way more practical effects versus like CGI stuff, so it looks better. Like they did their job. With that being said, also something that definitely took over the weekend in regards to Marvel was the conversation about race. And it's been a conversation that has been spoken about on numerous occasions when it comes to any of these sorts of corporations, especially when we're talking about Disney and how they have been failing people of color for quite some time. Not too long ago, I saw this clip from Issa Rae. She was on the Raps Creators and Hollywood Summit, and she basically stated that Hollywood is retreating from diversity, noting that DE&I has become a bad word and that representation has slipped back to the levels not seen since 2011.
Facts.
I would not be surprised if that played a factor into that miniseries that she released on TikTok in segments. Because even with someone who's had a successful HBO show, you would think they would just be calling constantly over and over again, like, hey, what else you got? Wasn't that other show part of hers too? That Black Lady sketch comedy thing? I never watched it.
And I want to say Rap Shit too. I never seen Rap Shit.
Yeah, and I believe both of those got canceled.
Yeah.
So
and Sweet Life, that reality show. I liked it. They need to bring that back. Talk about drama. I like that.
But basically, in this interview, she advised creators to focus on making content on their own platforms and for their audiences rather than relying on Hollywood's discovery process. She also said executives in Hollywood are actively avoiding DE&I and offered advice on how to get diverse projects through the system. She mentioned that even executives of color are tiptoeing and refusing to co-sign diverse projects out of fear of losing their jobs. And she last stated that the industry has gone backward, putting creators of color back where they started.
So everything you said was fact.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is the big news that came out this weekend was Wonder Man got canceled. Obviously, Wonder Man is the series that aired in January with Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Got rave reviews. I don't know what it did from like a numbers perspective, but it got greenlit for season 2 in April, and now 2-3 months later they canceled it.
That's crazy.
Which is after the show got rave reviews and Yahya was nominated for an Emmy for the show, which is the first Emmy that Marvel/Disney has gotten since like maybe WandaVision. So this is 5 years later. So the fact that you're canceling the show is absolutely crazy. So then it just sparked a lot of conversation on social platforms, especially by Black and brown creators. But I saw some white creators too. So shout out to y'all for using your platform. But it built the conversation up about a lot of these Black characters that we see in specifically comic book related content and fandom and across the board in the industry in general are not getting their just due. You have characters like Monica Rambeau, who we haven't seen since the second Marvel's movie, which was 2 to 3 years ago. Sam Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie, who's supposed to be our Captain America. We have maybe 4 trailers from Doomsday, and Sam Wilson doesn't say a word. But yet, Steve Rogers, the White Cap, is back.
The nigga that died, by the way.
Well, he didn't exactly die. It was just old. It was just, who knows? On top of that, Captain America 4 was not a good movie. So basically set him up to fail. Oscar Isaac, who played Moon Knight in one of the TV shows. I didn't love that TV show as much, but it got a lot of praise. Haven't seen that character back in a few years now. Iman Vellani, who plays Miss Marvel. She's been in TV shows. She's been in the movie, but also someone we haven't seen. Shang-Chi, which I think performed very well at the box office and also got a lot of positive feedback. haven't seen a sequel, and that movie was like 3 to 4 years ago. So there's a lot of these POC characters that are not getting the sort of just due. Then to compound that, coincidentally, Mahershala Ali, who has a movie coming out, I think it's called Your Mother, Your Mother, Your Mother. He recently did a article for GQ, and they asked him about the Blade movie, which a few weeks ago, actually the week that Doomsday trailer came out, they had Comic-Con, and then Kevin Feige, who's the head of Marvel, one of the interviews that he did, interviewer, journalist asked him, like, how do you feel about Blade not coming out? You signed Mahershala, or you announced Mahershala in 2019. It's now 2026. That movie is basically dead. Yeah. And he said, I feel like a big loser, for not being able to get that project off the ground. There's been so many conversations about how and why this film never got made. But going back to Mahershala, he did an article for GQ where he basically said, they had me under contract. They have billions of dollars. If they wanted to do the movie, we could have done the movie. I feel ready to move on from the Blade questions. Those questions are for them. He also discusses how he's been in the industry for 30 plus years. He's never experienced anything like that. He was training for over a year to play Blade, and obviously it never got off the ground. The rumors circulating around the film was that apparently he wanted to do something that was more focused on like slavery set in like the 1920s, and Disney didn't necessarily wanted to do something like that. But then there's also more, I guess, feedback from the general audience of like, well, Sinners performed well. That was set in, what was that, 1930s? The 1940s, 1930s?
Yeah.
It's a black vampire movie. I mean, how are you? And what makes it worse, Ryan Coogler is already in y'all crib. Like, y'all could have spoke to him. Y'all could have whatever. So it's a lot of questions going on about why these projects have not gotten off the ground, or we haven't seen these characters. So we got the Luke Cage TV show that came out during the Netflix era. Yeah. They get an asterisk because that was back then, and then the rights went back to Disney or whatever. We obviously got the first Black Panther movie. We got the second Black Panther movie. The Ironheart TV show, lackluster. Unfortunately, lackluster.
Yeah.
And they barely marketed the show at all. I already brought up Captain America. Yeah. That was not a good movie. Eyes of Wakanda, I actually enjoyed this, but another TV show or animated show, no marketing behind it. And then I already brought up Wonder Man. Yeah. And we're still going to get the Black Panther 3 film that comes out in like 2028 or whatever. It's essentially, if you are not in Black Panther, they don't give a fuck about you. And they do not give a fuck about you.
It's a moneymaker.
There's been way too many projects with black leads that have gone nowhere. There was supposed to be an Armor Wars TV show or movie where Rhodey was supposed to be trying to get back stolen Tony Stark tech. That got canceled. There was supposed to be a Midnight Angels TV show with Okoye. I don't know what the plot was. Never saw the light of day. It's just crazy how all these projects with white leads keep getting greenlit or keep getting the opportunity to fail versus anything with black leads just do not go anywhere. And the last thing I will say about it is Doomsday, which is the next movie that we will be seeing, or the next movie they will be releasing. It's a total of 24 white characters. Has a total of 5 non-black people of color characters and a total of 3 black characters.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of characters in Marvel. I'm not saying like everything should be equal. Granted, a lot of these popular characters, they are white. Like, I'm not going to be, I'm not saying you always got to race swap or things of that nature. But the fact that these projects with black leads keep getting thrown to the side, or canceled, whatever the case may be, don't make it off the ground is just asinine. It just don't make sense. Like,
yes, it do. It makes sense just because of the state of the world that we're in right now. Now, if this was 2020, 2021, where Black Lives Matter was going rampant, everybody had a DEI initiative, everybody wanted to throw money at DEI, and it was at the height, sure. But now the things have literally did a 360. I can't even say 180. Did a 360 back to its original font. Psh, they don't care. Hey, don't want to see y'all. That's basically what they said. We don't want to see y'all. We want to see our people. We gave y'all 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. Take your 5 minutes and go. So that's why everything Issa Rae said, I 1,000% agree, because that is what they're showing us currently, right now in society.
And this is why, we're 25 minutes in. This is why I'll do these little segments talking about some of this entertainment news, because you don't care who buys this company, who buys this, or who becomes CEO here. But these things matter, especially when it looks like people like us, because the stories that can be told that may inspire someone, a young Black girl, a young Black boy, a young person of color from the LGBT community, or whoever, when they don't see that sort of representation, like,
don't think it's possible.
Yeah, they don't think it's possible, and it just keeps happening over and over and over. And the unfortunate thing is,
Jesus.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing is like, I'm not gonna tell people, go on strike, don't watch this shit, watch it illegally. Like, do whatever you want to do. Like, they're still going to make their money regardless. Like, they just, it's just really unfortunate.
It is. It really, just to see it in 2026. I just hate how we're going so backwards and there is no forward movement anymore. And that's just sad to see.
Yeah.
It's really sad to see.
And what makes it worse is the director for Spider-Man, Destin Daniel Cretton, was the same director / part showrunner of the Wonder Man show. So it's like, the show was good. Now you have a $1 billion movie. And then the other showrunner recently came out after the news came out, was like, nobody's schedules was tied up. Nobody was not busy, whatever the case is. They just have internal talks, and now shit is gone. What it seems like they, as a company, are going away from the Disney Plus model. Like, you're not going to see any live action shows on Disney Plus anymore. There ain't going to be no WandaVision, no Loki stuff or whatever. Like, no new stuff. Like, all those old stuff is going to live there, but you're not going to see no new Disney Plus TV show. It's either you're going to be good for movies, or we just not going to see you, or best case scenario, you might show up in something animated. Other than that, there's no new TV shows, in my opinion, which I get it from a business standpoint, but then not every character is really meant to be on the big screen. Like, I don't know that much about Wonder Man. I can't say whether Wonder Man is a character that should be in a movie theater. So that just limits the opportunities for lesser tier characters to get that sort of exposure and kind of grow. Because again, they will allow white characters to fail upward. They won't allow Black and brown characters that same sort of grace.
No.
Right? So, it is what it is. Unfortunately. All right.
Definitely.
Let me give you guys the weekly lineup. Let you guys know what's dropping on the channel and Patreon this week. Of course, Tuesday, Regine's dropping her breakdown of the latest episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes.
On Wednesday, of course, I'm continuing my X-Men 97 Season 2 reviews. Thursday, we will have a special episode of Rewind and Analyze, in which I'll be watching it for like the 100th time, but we'll be reviewing, and Regine will be reacting to her first watch of Into the Spider-Verse. You okay there?
Oh, I'm excited. Like, oh, yes. Can't wait.
Oh, and then Friday, we got a jam-packed week. Friday, we're joined by the lovely Jasmine, aka Jasmine Why am I saying Jasmine? Jasmine Brianna.
Dang, I know her name was sounded like.
Yeah, I don't know where I got Jasmine from. Friday. Well, there are Jasmines out there.
There are, just not her.
Yeah, just not her. But we were joined by the lovely Jasmine, aka Jasmine Brianna, on TikTok for an epic Walking Dead character tier list. And then, of course, our Patreon drops every week, and we continue our MCU Road to Doomsday. That continues with Thor Ragnarok. The audio drops on Thursdays, and of course, the video drops on Fridays.
Jesus.
Listen, man, we booked them busy, yo. Booked them busy. We're like a whole program.
I need to look at my schedule again. Jesus.
Well, you know, you've already signed the contract. All right.
Did I? Just kidding.
Listen, I'm pretty good with technology. Season 3, episode 7, titled "The Dragon in Winter." Fundamentally reshapes the war's power dynamics by stripping Team Black of its leverage right before the finale. The most critical strategic shift comes at Tumbleton, where Ormond Hightower successfully flips off the white to Team Green by offering him Driftmark, immediately severing one of Rhaenyra's vital Dragon Sea assets. Compounding the blow, Ormond holds Corlys Velaryon captive, neutralizing the Velaryon fleet and threatening to plunge the King's Landing back into disorder. Internally, Rhaenyra's coalition continues to fracture under the weight of paranoia and hidden truths, particularly as the confrontation over Rhaena, Sheep Stealer, and the circumstances surrounding Jace's death exposes deep distrust between Rhaenyra and Daemon when absolute unity is required. On the Green side, the episode transitions the faction from fractured survival back into active military resurgence. Aegon II, who spends much of the hour preparing to surrender, experiences a game-changing turning point when Sunfire unexpectedly reappears alive, reuniting with his dragon, completely reignites Aegon's drive to fight, prompting him to incinerate the Mountain forces and reassert his claim to the throne. Meanwhile, at Harrenhal, Aemon ruthlessly consolidates his authority by executing Rhaenyra's covert operative and discarding Alicent's attempt at mediation. By closing on Ulf's betrayal, Aegon's resurgence, and Team Green reclaiming momentum on multiple fronts, this installment effectively resets the board and raises the stakes for the impending collision at Tumbleton. And now we will get into our main feature. This is the penultimate episode. How are you feeling about this one?
This is good. I cannot lie. This is really good. I feel like we're finally getting a piece of the plot from these last 2 episodes. Like, even though the last 2 episodes weren't terrible, but you can tell it was like a brick being laid out until we get here. And I feel like we've seen a big chunk of what we might be getting for the rest of the season. I mean, obviously it's all over, so we're not getting too much more, but what we will probably be seeing in the season finale, at least, you know? So I really, really, really enjoyed this episode. I was like, damn, shit, good as fuck. When I say that, you know, that means it's good, you know? But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I wasn't necessarily as high on it. I think this episode for me was much more like a roller coaster.
Yeah, it was.
It felt,
I could see that.
Like there were definitely highs and then there were definitely lows. And I felt as though, I don't know, man. Like, this is supposed to be the Dance of the Dragons, which we did get. But this is supposed to be one of the things that Rhaenyra said to Helena is, I want to be over this contest. I want to be finished with this war.
Yeah.
This has not felt like a war for majority of the season. Outside of the Battle of the Gullet, that's it.
If anything, it feels like a tit for tat.
Yeah, it's been a lot of tit. And granted, maybe that's how war normally is. But
especially you would think when you don't have a telephone, you don't got technology.
Yeah, but you would think in something like this world of Westeros, like we would see more bigger sort of events. And from my understanding, there are a lot of battles that happen in this Dance of the Dragons, and we have barely seen any of them.
We haven't seen any battles.
I don't know how HBO sets their budgets up, but I don't know how they're going to possibly fit all these multiple battles into a final season. Granted, I would assume, I haven't watched the trailer for the season finale, so I don't know. I would assume the season finale would have a big battle, but who knows? They capable of doing whatever the fuck they want at this point. But I don't know. I just felt like, okay, I like where things are going with certain characters.
Yeah.
I just wish this kind of happened sooner so we could get into the more of the conflict, of more of the bigger stakes. It felt like a slow and bumpy ride to get to this point, which hasn't necessarily been a bad thing, but it's also been like, okay, like, come on, like, do something. Like, where's my stick? Like, come on, do something.
That's your stick.
Like, come on, bro.
Have a wooden stick. I'm trying to fight for my life. I think another big thing, I guess, coming from like Game of Thrones and how like Game of Thrones, there was a fight every other episode, you know? And I feel like we really haven't gotten fighting scenes in this series. And I low-key feel like, does Rhaenyra even have an army for real? Like, it's like she's borrowing everybody else's army. She really don't have nobody for real on her team.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's good, but I'm just missing that little oomph.
Like, yeah, it definitely should be more fighting.
Yeah, like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm compelled. There's amazing performances. Olivia Cook and Matt Smith in this episode were phenomenal. But it's just, I don't know. It's just not landing the way I thought it would land, especially with how much people criticized season 2 for how slow it was, spending way too much time in Harrenhal with Damon, and they basically are doing the same shit again with Aiden. Which kind of get it because they're kind of like counter one another. They're the two sides of the same coin to a certain extent, but it's like, bro, give me something. You killing random people is not doing it for me. Like, I need relevant people to die, especially that I know how people's fates play out. It's like, I need to start
seeing it.
Yeah, it's like, come on, bro. Like, you gotta push the wheel. Push.
That's something in Game of Thrones, we saw that a lot, you know? Like, we've seen a lot of people who were major characters die off soon and not
and maybe that's intentional because there's way more major characters in Game of Thrones where you really have maybe 8 in this show.
Yeah.
So obviously you can't kill everybody all at once, but I don't know. Like, I wish there was a little bit more because we haven't lost anybody major that I could think of.
No.
Yeah, like, we lost.
I don't know if that's like an intentional thing with like big shows like that. Like, are they trying to keep these major characters for viewership versus to tell a story? I wonder. I really do wonder.
I think it's always that back and forth. I think keeping major characters is something an executive would want. Killing people off or trying to tell the proper story is what the creatives want. And more times than not, creatives lose that battle.
Yeah.
Creatives lose that battle.
Damn, Daniel.
All right, let's get into these scenes. This first scene I thought very compelling was Rhaenyra harassing Helaena out of sleep. Listen, you wake me up, I'm asleep to ask me about some fucking dream.
Bitch, tell me your dreams.
I'm already a prisoner. I'm already a prisoner. Please,
so you gonna let me be. Dreams, bitch.
I'm about to put your ass to sleep.
I think our father felt the same way. He renounced the strength of dragons and embraced a quieter life.
He did not wish to be changed.
I'll pause it here. Rhaenyra is so bad at her job. It's like mind-boggling. Here's this person that you have kept prisoner for X amount of time. Now it's our father. Since when?
She loves to use our father when she wants something. Like, she definitely used that manipulative tactic. Our father.
Damon would not be on this type of timing. Like, tell me what I need to know, or I'm cutting your head off. Like, this softness, it's it's one of her many downfalls. Like, this sort of peacekeeper-ish energy that she has, similar to her father, is going to be one of her downfalls.
Yep.
So I just found that interesting because she tried to meet Helaena at an emotional level before she wows out at the end.
Helaena don't give a damn.
The dragons alter us in some way.
You now have many dragons. Are you yourself not altered?
I thought this was also a great line They give the actress very little to do in these 3 seasons, but this last few episodes, they've given her really impactful things to say. You know, she's this dreamer who, none of the stuff that she says makes sense, but yet she has some level of competence and some level of insight to understand what this world is and what it actually does to the people that's around her. Obviously, last week's episode of how she spoke to her mother about her mother's intentions. And then here, talking to Rhaenyra of like, yeah, these dragons trained you because these dragons equate to power, and you want to assert that power across any and everyone. You may think, oh, it's just, your birthright, and this is what our lineage has been doing. It's part of our religion. But yeah, it also speaks to how Targaryens naturally operate as oppressors and conquerors of like, give people these weapons, and then what do they do with them? And we see this in the real world.
Yeah.
Like, we see this in the real world.
Yeah.
That's why I refuse to watch Oppenheimer, because why the fuck am I watching a movie about Oppenheimer? Please don't. I need you to expand your palette. I refuse to watch Oppenheimer because I refuse to watch a movie about people who created a fucking atomic bomb. Because why? Why? Knowing what that has done to various areas in the world. Like, I can't. But yes, moving on with this clip.
I thought it was Christopher Nolan one.
I do not wish to be. I wished only to put an end to our contest and restore us to our proper order. Helena, sister, I believe that you may be a dreamer, that you see things.
I see flashes sometimes, some clearer than others.
What did you see last?
A grey mare.
Mm-hmm. What of Damon? Have you seen him? The Winter Wolves, then? Or Tumbleton? Will Ormond Hightower be brought to heel?
I don't know.
You don't know, or you will not say?
But yeah, she has lost her damn mind. She is delusional. Obviously, this scene directly ties into her interaction with Masera later on, but she's just looking for any sort of confirmation.
She's so desperate
to see whether her assuming the throne was the right thing to do and whether she'll be successful in it. And it's like, you're asking somebody whose dreams are fractured. 2, you're asking technically the enemy. Why the fuck would they help you? 3, well, what also found to be interesting is that she asked about Damon and his whereabouts. She does not have a hold on anything or anyone. She's just finding out all the information at the worst possible time or after it's already failed. And it's like, baby girl, what do you do all day in that castle? That's what I need to know. What do you be doing all day in that castle? Because you
getting everybody to tell her what to do. She's been doing it all season. She's like, and so what do y'all think? And then what do you think? And then what do you think? And then she's using all of these and then putting some kind of plan that does not really work together. It's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. Fire. Absolutely fire. Fire.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. I don't even know if I have comments for this one.
I was too young. Never. I was just a child.
Let's just stop it right there. I cannot watch this again. Oh my God.
It's weird it don't necessarily bother me because I'm able to disconnect from the actual show itself. Because it's like, oh, this is fake. It's not real people, or whatever the case is. And you could tell in some instances where it's actually not the same actors in the scene. Because it's probably weird for them as well.
What have you seen?
Because there's a lot of actors, specifically actresses, have spoken a lot about how, you know, a lot of sets and productions now have like an intimacy coordinator on hand for like sex scenes to avoid some of the awkwardness and like things of that nature. But yeah, this was your scene. I was gonna skip over this one.
It was when
I feel like it's unnecessary.
Yes and no. I guess as far as like the story plot of it all. So it was unnecessary because did we need to see the mama and the son doing the do? I did not need to see that. I was literally like, I know they're not about to put this on our screen as like something we should be seeing. So
I knew that was gonna happen as soon as he had the hallucination. Like once Allison is there, I was like, okay, that's not Allison. That's Harrenhal doing its witchy shit.
Because obviously we ended off last episode with Allison going to Harrenhal, so I'm like, oh shit, she pulled, like, that was quick. Like, oh shit, that's how she's gonna greet her son. Okay, and then like the whole I have no one but you type of thing. So it was like, that's some shit Allison would fucking say because she loves to freaking manipulate her kids. But as it was going, I was like, this is crazy to see. I don't want to see this. So I love that it was a hallucination. But as far as like, and I think we'll probably talk about this throughout the episode, but it just kind of shows how Eamon is so tied up into his mom and how her name is Alice, the witch.
Yeah.
The witch is also so tied up into Eamon, and how we'll see throughout the episode of how they're basically pulling him in two different directions. And then obviously we see what happened at the end. But just the buildup of it all, starting from here to like the other events, it's kind of crazy and says a lot.
It's a great point, and I don't know if you know what? I'll jump ahead. I hate it. Like, I hated it. I did not need it at all. And that's outside of the whole incense thing about it.
Yeah.
The whole mother being over. I mean, in this instance, Alice is not necessarily being overprotective. She's like, more so like, she's more so like, I need to get him in a position where I could kill him and all this shit. But this is the typical mama's boy dynamic, and then the girlfriend who is strong-willed and is not going to be here for the bullshit. Like, we see that, and you can see that in any fucking reality TV show that you want. I don't need that in my Westeros. Don't put that shit in my Westeros. So I hated that whole thing. Like, I don't get what the point is. And maybe because I know what happens to some of these characters, it's like, do I really need this?
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's what my gripe is with some of the most recent episodes, is that they're trying to do a lot of character development, which in some spaces is good, but it's like, I already know how this thing plays out. Like, you could condense this, make this a bit shorter, because it's like, how many episodes has fucking Eamon been at fucking Harrenhal? Like,
the whole season. The whole season. Yeah, but I think, I don't know, because to me, because I don't know how everything ends up at all. I'm just watching what they're showing me. It's just, I think the biggest thing, I don't know if they're really just trying to show the difference in between Allison and her manipulation and Alice and her manipulation, and how Eamon is just so oblivious to what's going on that he's like, no, I want both in a sense. And to your point, it's typical boy mom partner weird shit, incestuous enmeshment type of thing.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess more power to him. Like, but please get that shit off my screen. All right, next scene we have here is this should be pretty brief, but I enjoyed this scene, and it's very compelling for me, at least.
Not her with the girlfriend. That's what got me.
You will not obey. Give me a day. Please.
I found that so interesting because we've seen Daemon for these 3 seasons now be this very brash, cocky, ain't shit, uncle, brother, uncle, husband, whatever you want to call it, deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, his whole life, let me not say his whole life, and maybe it's the Rhaenyra's on the throne, so now he's in a position of power again, or more in a position of power. Then on top of everything that happened with the gold cloaks, and then finding out Rhaenyra and all of that, like he's really trying to make an effort to protect his daughter. And I'm just really, they'll probably never break this down, or they probably would have showed this in some way. I really want to know, like, what was the turning point for him? Because he don't even say shit to
Baela.
Yeah, he don't even say shit to Baela.
No.
Granted, they almost never in the same scene together.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if I feel like his Harrenhal experience last season transformed him in the sense that we've kind of seen in this season, little by little by little.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the whole Rhaenyra of it all, she's in a very shitty spot majority of this season. Again, I hate seeing her on my screen, but it's just like, I feel like something inside of him is like, I do need to step up for my daughter, because if not, I'll be fighting my niece's wife, and I don't want to deal with that. So I don't know if that's like a big thing for him, but I feel like we've seen him, as far as like women goes, him submitting, and I think that's probably something that the vision of Harrenhal is like, okay, I may need to submit in some way to women, versus how beforehand he was Daemon, you can't tell me shit, I'm grabbing my nuts type. So I think that's kind of what we've seen the difference in him in this season, I would say.
I think that's an excellent point. That might be the exact reason for him to submit to women, even though before Rhaenyra was, the older version, he thought he was supposed to be the one that's supposed to take the throne. And I think that's why he keeps having these conversations with what's her name, Lady Jane Arryn, because he can't just threaten to kill her. He can't just burn her whole, burn the veil. He has to like play nice, which is why that's why that scene stuck out to me. Is like, please.
Like, he don't never say please to nobody.
Yeah, like he's never nice to anybody.
No.
So especially if you're not a Targaryen. So it's like, I think that's a great point. I think that's exactly the reason why that it's him being softer to women in that sort of way. So great point. And then this scene I also loved. I wish we got more of them in general. I don't know how much more we'll get out of them.
Yeah.
What is the order or disorder of King's Landing, Master is now, with an army at the gates? I'm supposed to be the king. What sort of ruler am I? Am I to sit by, impotent, while a madman offers us up for the slaughter?
I'll pause it here. Daeron is such an interesting character, because for someone who, towards the end of this conversation, he's like, I don't even give a fuck about this shit. I think that's the first person who's legit in a position of power, per se, who's finally said, like, you know what? I see what this actually brings. I don't want this shit. I think Jon Snow was kind of the same way too.
Yeah, he definitely was.
But his blood was so messed up. Anyways, Daeron too. Everybody blood messed up in this clip. Yeah. Anyways, but I just found that so interesting, especially for someone that young, to kind of have that sort of revelation of like, even if I am supposed to be king, like what kind of king would I be if I'm just leading people to die? And every ruler that we have seen in this world don't give a single fuck about how many lives are sacrificed as long as it's not theirs. So the fact that he's having that sort of realization and having that level of awareness in real time, I thought was just like really, really interesting to see in that moment.
And all of our men with us.
Seems there's no escaping it. The dreams some have of covering themselves in everlasting glory. Somehow transcending humanity's common fate.
I'm sorry about your friend.
He gave himself to the dust.
I could order the army to surrender.
Then what? Have us all march to the gallows? You could fly away on Caesarion without you as a pretext for...
He would continue as he began. Where would I go? Who would receive a king who left his own men to their ruin? I have no fear of insignificance, Gwen.
I thought that was a really powerful scene. Even with him just apologizing. Well, not apologizing, but giving his condolences to Sir Gawain now that he knows that Christian Cole is dead. Even though everybody hates Christian Cole. But when have we seen anybody who's like, damn, sorry for your loss? Like,
not in this world, not that, because niggas die every day.
Never.
I think the other interesting thing about Darren, his character, is like he keeps talking about being a king and all of these things, making these king moves, but he knows that he's just a puppet. So it's so interesting that he's like, well, I can do this, I can do that, knowing good and goddamn well you can't do a goddamn thing, but do whatever Ormond tells you to do. So I think that is super interesting.
Well, I think he's in a weird space where I forget where it is that they sent him off to initially, but he is he technically would be the third person to be in power because it's Aegon.
Aemon.
Then if Aegon was to die, then it's Aemon, and then it would be him. Yeah. So him probably even thinking about being a king is not something that's ever been, a goal of his. But now it's like, okay, if I am in this position of power, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And seeing everything now that he's with Ormond for X amount of time is like, oh, this is a lot of fucking responsibility that I don't even think I want. Like, I just want to play with my fucking dragon and go home.
That's it.
And see where Mom Duke's at. Like, all this other extra shit y'all be on, like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Which is why, I cut it off at the end where it's like, I have no problem with being insignificant. And what do we know about the Targaryens? They have a problem with being insignificant.
They have to have a song about them. They have to be in the books. They got to be in everything.
Yes. The only one who didn't care was, I forget his name. The old one in the
one that was at
the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's been at the wall since God knows for however long.
Said, I'm actually going to die here because I don't give a damn.
Right. So.
And y'all not even going to know I'm a Targaryen for real.
Right. So it's like he was fine with just living his life, being whatever, I forget the name of his title, but he was fine just living that life and then moving on.
Yeah.
So that's also something that's profound. And that's even outside of the Targaryens, because Game of Thrones is about all these different families all trying to assume the throne because they don't want to be deemed as irrelevant. They don't want to just have this small piece.
Everybody want to be in the books. Everybody want to.
Everybody want to be big dog.
Everybody want to be in the videos.
Yeah.
All of that. Yeah.
Can't do that, yo. You just can't. And then obviously we have the soon to be biggest fumble of the year. Alicent, after Aemon killed the fucking undercover dude that was supposed to kill him, she goes outside to try to retrieve the knife. Knowing she ain't gonna stab that boy, she then looks at some berries and apparently it looks like she served him some spiced wine later on in the episode, seemingly poisoning him, in which he collapses in front of Alice, which Alice hilariously calls him an idiot. shit's not gonna work. Of course,
So
because
stupid. She already knew. Because Alice already knew, so that she already been prepared for this.
yes, on top of when Eamon had said like, oh, you know, my mother has a bunch of ideas and they never work, and it's like, here's another one, which is honestly maybe another profound statement because that's a story of her life.
Yeah,
like every idea that she's made has blown up in her face.
Terrible. They've never been seen through.
Blown up in her face. Oh, Aegon is supposed to be king. Let's bring Rhaenyra back. Let me try to kill Aemon. Baby girl, just
stop.
I don't know.
Just be cute and a redhead.
Yeah, that's I don't know. She's just she's tortured forever. Okay, moving on. All right. This one is definitely a long one. I don't know what. Just tell me when to pause or I'll pause.
You lie!
I did not summon them.
You betray your own daughter!
I have not.
You betray your own daughter!
She does not yet know who you are. Leave him. They will tell you from the sky. Run! Run!
They came in hot.
As they should. Who that is? She can't run for shit because it did not take them long to catch her.
Not long.
I was like, God damn, that was kind of fast.
We don't have to watch the whole thing, honestly. Loki can stop it right here. Because we know what happens.
I mean, yeah, but it's like, you don't really get these moments like that.
I know.
This is finished!
All right, I'll stop it. But maybe I'll just play it on mute in the background.
Oh, that's smart.
But yeah, this was obviously probably
the big banger,
the most expensive scene with the essentially the Dragon Civil War, and there's just so much you could say about this. Obviously, the dumbest thing for them is that, which we'll kind of, I was going to talk about this at the end, but the episode or the season starts with Team Black has 6 dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Team Green has 3. So with Team Black, you have Rhaenyra has a dragon. Daemon has a dragon.
Yeah. The 3 bastards.
Hugh, Ulf, Adam, and then Baela. And then Team Green has obviously Aemon, Aegon, and then Daeron. Thank you. But then we end this episode, obviously, with the events that happened throughout the episode, that now they're equal. Now, because Ulf moved over, now Team Green has 5 dragons. Actually, when I said Team 3 has 3, I had to put an asterisk on it because technically they have Dreamfire, but Helena never wants to ride Dreamfire or battle with Dreamfire. I wasn't counting Sunfire at that time. But now with Sunfire back from the dead like a fucking zombie,
she said I was taking a little rest.
Yeah, I just need a little nap. They caught a real nigga slipping, and now I'm back. But yeah, now things are even, but they're not really even because 1, Vhagar is the biggest dragon out of them all.
Yeah.
And then 2, because of this battle, essentially everybody's dragons outside of Hugh on Team Black has some sort of damage towards them.
Yeah.
Who knows how long it takes to recover, because I don't know how long it was from the time that Aegon fell from season 2 to the time that Sunfire has risen.
Yeah.
So it's like, what sort of wounds and do these dragons experience, and like what is this sort of healing factor or whatever. And at the same time, these are not all dragons that have same equal playing field in terms of like level of experience. So Cyrax, who is Rhaenyra's dragon, got their shit rocked. I don't know how many battles Rhaenyra has been in. Obviously, Caraxes, Daemon's dragon, was the one who somewhat finished the job, but he's someone who's constantly been in battles. And even though he's one of the bigger dragons, he's still smaller in comparison to Sheepstealer.
Yeah.
And is able to get the job done.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I also don't think that he was intentionally trying to really get the job done because of Rhaenyra saying, I never had a dragon. I finally have one. You trying to take her from me? And he was like, I feel you. I feel you.
I was thinking that as well. But then when I was rewatching it to get these clips, he does tell Caraxes, kill Sheepstealer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like...
But the only reason why I might feel like that's the truth, because Sunflower, we definitely thought Sunflower was out of here. And just seeing her rise from the ashes, and we thought she was down versus like how we see Sheepstealer. He's down. He's crying. He's whining, thinking like, oh, it's over for him. He might have those powers too, where he's risen from the dead.
I don't see it happening because still at the end of the day, it's technically still a wild dragon. And so I don't think Sheepstealer was ever going to be counted in terms of
I don't think so
the big
either.
battle. It's just interesting that we don't get the like legit final blow of like, oh, okay, Sheepstealer's dead.
Yeah, he's done.
So is this a situation where because of its injuries, is just going to go somewhere and just die and live off the rest of his days?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you have that dynamic with Rhaenyra, how she's going to deal with the fact that she's now separated from Sheepstealer.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But again, my main point was like, now the dragon battlefield is even, and technically it's not even. The Blacks are losing because now they have a bunch of injured dragons.
Yeah.
Minus Hugh the Hammer's dragon.
Oh, child. I can't wait to talk about his bitch ass, but it's Daemon's fault, so there's that.
No, Hugh the Hammer's the other one.
Oh, the pretty one. He's so pretty. Listen, that 613 is late. You hear me?
Listen, you would know better than I would. All right, moving on. We have Miss Sarah tapping into her roots, aka Rhaenyra's no better than a man.
Even Aemond is all but vanquished.
I'm gonna blame Rhaenyra.
You will be queen for
it is Rhaenyra's fault.
After this.
It is.
Your children's children after you.
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Just a little longer.
I'm gonna tell you my thoughts.
Do you think I'm worthy?
Once again,
in this moment, my queen.
Her worth.
Rhaenyra. I have never been more certain of it.
Easy. Michelle's been a whore.
And then you're gonna say it's not Rhaenyra's fault?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell. Listen, I want to hear your thoughts, and then I'm gonna tell you what I was thinking.
I was confused about the humping action. I don't know what the slight hump was for. That threw me off. So one,
scissoring.
One, shout out to the actress. I should have took her name down. Who plays Miss Sarah? Yes, because she's obviously pregnant. In this scene. So shout out to her. I hope she has a healthy pregnancy if she hasn't given birth already, because they usually shoot this like years in advance.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why I jokingly but seriously said Rhaenyra's no better than a man, because this is essentially the real life dynamic between a John and a prostitute.
Oh, okay.
You pay a prostitute to provide you a service. Some men pay for physical services. Some men pay for, the girlfriend experience, as they like to call it.
That's what Rhaenyra paid for.
And like I said earlier, when she was harassing Helena about how does this play out, whatever, she's so desperate for some sort of confirmation that what she's doing is going to play out in the end. When Mysera's like, hey, I believe in you. You can do this. That's literally what men who pay for any kind of sex work be doing. Like, they'll go to the strip club. Like, yeah, Poppy, you do this, you do that. All up in your ear. All the dollars start flying. Then at the end of the night, you're like, damn, I ain't got nothing left. And because she's whispers sweet nothings in your ear. And it's not like she don't know who Rhaenyra is. Like, she knows
She forgot. She definitely forgot who she was a little bit.
She know who Rhaenyra is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then it's obvious, and I think I said it in the other episodes, her and Daemon clearly have not been intimate for quite some time.
Yeah.
They don't even sleep in the same bed anymore.
Yeah.
So her tapping into her words of affirmation, probably tapping in her to her praise kink. Once she got that physical touch, which I also thought was intentional, because I think in the hallucination scene with Aemon and in the real scene where Alicent shows up, Alicent puts her hand on his face.
Yeah.
And Mysera does the same thing here. And it's almost like the same sort of like nurturing vibe of these people that are damaged in some sort of way.
Because Rhaenyra didn't have a mama growing up. She did till her mama died at birth.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So she's definitely in desperate need of some form of nurturing. And so, yeah, that's your fault. Also, hate to break it to you. Why are you sleeping with the help? Why are you sleeping?
She's desperate.
What
desperate.
Wasn't that last year that CEO got caught at the stadium, at the arena, at the concert because he was he was on a date with his HR lady.
Up?
Yeah, his boot up
yeah,
in the suite.
Yeah,
like, why are you sleeping with your subordinates? It never works out. Granted, I don't know how Mysera's story plays out. I don't even know if she's in the books. I would assume she is. Yeah. But come on, fam.
Yeah.
Come on. So obviously Mysera is finessing the situation, using the skills or whatever. And I'm sure you're going to deep dive into it. But I definitely put this on Rhaenyra as well.
Yeah, I put on Mysera because I feel like she has kind of forgot who she was, right? She's forgotten how she's gotten to where she currently is. And so I didn't put this scene on here because I wanted to talk about it more into this scene. When Mysera is talking to, I don't know who that lady was. To me, she seemed like a madam at the whorehouse. That's what I'm going to call her, because that's what she was given.
Yeah,
and she was talking to her, and she was like, if y'all have any issues, come directly to me, and I'll tell Rhaenyra about your issues, and we'll see if that can get handled. And the lady was like, this is so crazy that you talking to me like that, because it seemed like you want something more. Like, you have power now, and now you want to use it against me, but you forgot that you still a common whore. You was a whore then, and you're a whore now. You'll always be a whore, especially to these highborns. In the future voice, ain't no way around it. A hoe gonna be a hoe, a bitch gonna be a bitch. And he never lied about that. All right, that's on future relations. And so we get to this scene. I feel like Mysera, she did forget that she was a whore. She said, when she told her that, she said, oh yeah, I am a whore. Let me use my whore tactics to get Rhaenyra to do what I want. And that is what she was doing. She was caressing her, feeling her. You can do this, you can do that. Because she's doing what the hoes do. They make you feel good just so that they can use you in the end. And that was kind of what I got in this scene.
I partially agree. I don't think and maybe that is her intention of wanting her to having some sort of alternate play. I don't know what her play would be, because
I think it's the control, especially the facts. Sorry to cut you off, but especially the fact of her telling Rhaenyra, Daemon is lying to you. And finally...
That's what I was going to get to. I think it's less about her trying to get something, is more so her positioning of power. Because she clearly sees well, she clearly always had this beef with Damon.
Yeah.
And then in, what was it, last episode or the episode before that, when they walk out the room and she's like, oh, my Grace, I have to tell you something. Pipe down, bitch. Let me go talk to my husband, uncle, real quick. Okay? Simmer down. And I think that struck a nerve with her.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit. Like, because I ain't got no way here, now I know where I'm being placed at. And I think she was taking that opportunity of like, well, I've tried to be a good advisor, and that clearly wasn't enough.
Yeah, be
now I'm going to give you this good cooch. I'm going to give you that good cooch.
That cooka.
And, you know, now we'll see who's...
Now you can do what I want you to do. Yeah.
Shot caller.
Yeah.
You know, so
yes.
I think that...
I think we're saying the same thing in different fonts, basically.
Yeah. But I still think it's Rhaenyra's fault because it only works if you allow it to. Right?
Because she's so desperate. She's desperate for anybody to tell her what to do. Do I deserve to be on this throne? Do I deserve to do this? Bitch, you wanted it. Take it. I don't know.
But yeah, I think it's the partial imposter syndrome. Mm-hmm. It's the townspeople and how they've reacted since she's been on the throne.
Yeah.
It's the chaos every time she's with her council.
Yeah.
She has not had a single bit of positive news once she has made the decision that I want to assume the throne.
Yeah.
Has not gotten a single bit of positive news. And so this is definitely stroking her ego right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, it actually, this is the way I'm supposed to be treated. So, you know.
Like a whore.
Yeah, hey.
Like always, man.
Yeah.
I was putting on Christian Cole.
Okay. Hey, it is what it is. It is. But that's on her, yo. Because could not be me. I just never understood the rationale behind strip clubs. Of like, I'm gonna go somewhere, pay somebody.
I love strip clubs.
I can't do it.
Oh, I love them.
For me, it's pointless. But
go to Atlanta.
That's different. That's different. That's
probably why I love them.
Yes, you're going, and then also you're a woman. You're going there for the ambiance and obviously Magic City and the food or whatever. The environment.
That's any strip club. The food, it's like a club, and I can sit down. Great music.
Yeah, like it don't connect for me because it's like, why am I giving this woman money to get me excited and then I just go home?
It's like glasses, rub on some tots.
That don't belong to me. No thanks.
Oh, it really does feel like I love women too much to be doing all that.
It don't belong to me. Like I'm not.
Well. Those wings be so good.
I'm wrong about that. But yeah, like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. More power to them because the sex workers need coins.
They need the coins.
So I respect the industry.
Yeah.
I just don't participate.
Down! And the stranger will take retribution. The warrior's sword will be judgment upon you. Yes. Yes, cowards. You might well retreat. For now you see me as I truly am. Dreadful in vengeance. Righteous and glorious. Sunfire. Sunfire. Dracarys.
Here's dinner. Obviously, another highlight in the episode. They made so many references to Sunfire being dead throughout the season. Me knowing how vital Sunfire is in the story, especially towards the end, which I believe how the series ends. No spoilers. I won't spoil it for anybody.
Please.
So that was always a big question. It was like, y'all really saying Sunfire is dead? But it's like, I know he's still alive in the books. So like, why y'all keep saying this? But obviously this is a big moment. And interesting sort of way, it also kind of ties into the dragon fight earlier in the episode. You see in the dragon fight how you have these, 4 emotional people in this sort of situation. And because of their relationships with their dragons then proceed to fight because they're channeling the emotions of their riders.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Aegon, who basically been a cuck the whole fucking season until last week when he caught that body. And he was like, oh no, like, I need to really be a man. And like, if I really want to be a king again, like, I have to do this in a way that's profound and meaningful and is impactful. And he's so caught up in his speech, thinking that he's going to die in glory or whatever the case is. He don't even realize
what's
that his connection with Sunfire is so strong that Sunfire actually rises from its possibly eternal sleep or whatever its slumber party that it had going on. And, you know, he's in shock and awe once he finally turns around. And then almost effortlessly, he says Dracarys and cooks them without even thinking about it, without even saying, you know, everybody kneel or whatever the case is. Just not kill him. Just kill him. And so, and obviously the best part about this scene is, you know, having Starfire look similar to its rider with its face also scarred off in the same sort of way.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I think it's on the left side. So it's like the left side is burned for Sunfire while the right side is burnt for Aegon. So it's like, you know, how they say, you know, pets start looking like their owners. This is the same sort of thing. So yeah. Cool scene.
It was a really good scene. I think I have like 2 points. So one is so interesting, like, you know, the scene before they get to like the forest, Aegon was actually accepting his fate, right? Like, he knew the army was coming to him. He like, you know what? Y'all don't need to die because of me. I'm gonna die. They looking for the Lannister man. Like, we just gonna go head on and just, you know, accept our fate. And then we get to this scene where it's like, he was actually going to accept his fate. And then he was like, oh, no. Like, I don't know if I can actually do this. And then he changes his mind immediately. And he's like, no, I'm the king. Y'all should kneel to me. And then we see Sunfire come up from the dead. And then this reminds me of Helena's quote earlier in the episode about dragons giving you power and changing you and all these things. And we've seen it so much in this episode. We've seen it with the dragon fight with Rhaenyra and Sheep Stealer and all of that. And then we see it again here. And then we'll see it again for the last scene that we'll talk about. But I just think it's just so interesting how they played that one little line out this entire episode.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. I didn't pull the scene, I just pulled the image. I think just him uttering these words were more profound than anything else that they said.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've seen throughout his introduction, like, Ulf has just been like this bumbling idiot drunk who hasn't done shit. Yeah, he just want to drink. And then they end the episode with him meeting up with Ormond.
Yeah.
Which they basically confirm, like, him and Ormond have met on several occasions, drinking. Ormond obviously being the smarter of the two, being the tactician that he is, was basically manipulating him to get him to come onto this side. And it doesn't help that Daemon had been abusing him publicly on so many occasions. So it's like, yeah. You don't want to be, you know, this lord of whatever. We'll make you this lord of, I forget the name of the town.
He's gonna give you Corlys.
Driftmark. Yeah.
He's gonna give him Corlys place.
Yeah, we'll make you lord of Driftmark, you know, if you play on the side of the greens. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'll do it. And then he's like, they'll never make fun of you ever again. And he's like, no, because they will burn.
Yeah.
And this is him exhibiting his power. And
because the only reason why he has power is because he has a dragon. I think you said that last episode when we talked about, like, what is the ramifications of Daemon embarrassing him in the street, and he has a dragon. So what do you think is gonna happen next?
Right.
So, yeah.
And this is not somebody who is like highborn. This is someone who's grown up in poverty. He doesn't understand the Targaryen lore and history. He's been oppressed for quite some time. And what unfortunately, what happens with people who have been oppressed and then they get power, in some cases, they act out. How many times do we see people who, Black and brown people from communities, who then go and acquire wealth? They act like they ain't from the hood no more. They turn back on their people. And so this is not the same sort of thing, but it's kind of similar in terms of here's someone who wasn't shit a few months ago. Now he has basically an atomic bomb at his disposal, beckoning call. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to actually use it to gain some shit. And
he got that Mike Jones.
Yeah. So it's like, whatever.
Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, literally. They all want me.
That was also something I wanted to bring up, which I think I did some slight research on. I love the little detail that every time a dragon is attacked, you see steam coming out of their flesh, which kind of show. I don't know if it's confirmed in the books, but I think I read somewhere it was like because they build up fire, like their body temperature is like at a crazy amount. So like when their flesh is exposed to oxygen, that's why you see the steam.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, they do blow out fire. So that do make sense.
And I forgot who said it. But someone, I think early on in the series, someone was like, when it comes to war, it's not people that fight people, it's the dragons that fight the dragons. And so I think we see that, especially in this episode, where even though technically nobody was trying to fight, the dragons kind of did what they needed to do because they are animals at the end of the day. They are not completely tamed. And I thought it was also interesting how Daemon is probably the most skilled, but even him started to struggle. Well, we seen him struggle with Caraxes when Caraxes found Chief Stealer the first time, but then in this heat of battle, like he gets thrown off Caraxes at one point. And it's like,
yes, it's like dogs. I will talk about getting another dog, right? Bailey is not big, but she sounds big. She's not big. People think she's really big. And I always think about, like, if I had a bigger dog, what would I do? But I wouldn't be able to tame that dog because at the end of the day, it's still an animal and you can only do so much. Don't do. They're going to do what they want to do because they're animals at the end of the day. So
they have animal instincts. There are going to be moments where no matter what command you give it, it's just going to do whatever it wants to do until it finds something else to do, or they have a change in thought of their mind. Which it makes me think of this video that's gone viral on Twitter, I think, where it was like this older white lady and she got this big ass dog, and like there's this black man and he has little, and she can't handle that little. Well, he ain't little. He can't handle him for nothing. All she kept doing was yelling. He was low key pissing me off because he kept walking around in circles, and I'm like,
it was like, go upstairs, like leave. Yes. Why are you still here?
What are you still doing? But that is exactly what you see happen often. And there's unfortunately been not a lot. There have been like some attacks with like pit bulls attacking people's kids.
It's been at least 3 dogs that have attacked Bailey. So yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Any more thoughts? Anything you want to say? I do have one question for you before we get into our final credits. But
let's go.
Let me.
The question.
Let me know if you have anything else to say.
I don't really have any thoughts. Like, I try not to predict what I'm going to see on my screen. I like to judge it by what you're showing me versus of what I think. Because I feel like sometimes when we think about what we want to see, that just changes our judgment of actually what we're digesting when it comes to the art, So I try not to think too hard about what I'm seeing. I'm just going to see what I'm seeing. You want me to see this, so then I'm going to talk about it. So yeah.
I respect it. I don't know why that was funny to me.
You want to show me this? Some bullshit. Now I'm going to call it bullshit. If it ain't bullshit,
it wasn't. Yeah. I'm definitely the same. I try not to predict. I didn't really have any expectations going in to this, but I just feel like they could have, like, if they cut out a lot of this sort of Harrenhal dialogue and all this other extra shit, if we had the Aegon Sunfire thing earlier, and then if we were to get a scene where Rhaenyra finds out at the end, then it's like, okay.
About Sunfire.
Yeah, that Aegon
Yeah.
survived, and like, how does she deal with that? She just came off the high, literally, just got off the high of getting touched by Masera.
Maybe that's gonna give a little extra jack.
Yeah, and then Aegon is alive.
Yeah.
I would love to see like, oh, you felt like shit this whole episode, especially when you found out about Rhaenyra. Then Masera,
get your little cootie cat.
What's the kitty? I kissed a girl and I liked it.
Oh.
You got your Katy Perry vibes going on.
Yeah.
So you're on your high again, and then by the way, Aegon's alive, and it's like,
damn,
nigga, what? Like that would have been more impactful for me in terms of like emotional moment. All right, last question before we get into our final credits. What do you need to see? I know this is contradictory in comparison to what you just said.
Literally what I just said. But
what do you need to see next week in order for you to consider the finale, the final finale episode, like fulfilling to you?
We definitely need somebody to DIE. We need to see somebody DIE 1,000, at least one or two, if you're feeling a little crazy. There's two people potentially.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely need to see a battle. I definitely need to see. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the dragons fight. I just feel like this episode, it was so dragon heavy that I just feel like it's going to be a repeat in the battles. It'll be more dragons than people fighting.
Mm-hmm.
For the next one. So like those two things for sure. Dragons fighting and people dying. And then obviously Rhaenyra. Now that we know that Aegon is alive and so is Sunfire, is Aegon going to King's Landing and taking what's his? Or is Rhaenyra going to put her hands up if she don't want it for real anyway?
No
what
comment.
We're going to see. I want to see Aegon and Rhaenyra head to head, I guess, too. Yeah.
No comment. I would say for myself, the only thing, I don't necessarily need a dragon fight, and I don't necessarily need major characters dying, which is contradictory to what I said earlier. What I need to see is what I need to see is a conversation that primarily was brought up in United the Seven Kingdoms, and the fact is, when we have these essentially atomic bombs going off, yes, Targaryens might die, these high towers might die, but the joke that they constantly have in Marvel is, if you live in New York City, your fucking insurance is bullshit, because first there's a Chitauri invasion, then you got, Iron Man doing some shit, Spider-Man doing some shit, like there's always some crazy shit happening.
Yeah.
I need to see like the ramifications for these dragons around regular town folk. Why is it that people, by the time we get to Under the Seven Kingdoms, are happy that there are no more dragons? That, yeah, the Targaryens are still in power, but the dragons don't exist, because when these dragons fight, bodies fall.
And maybe it will be like a big fight at King's Landing. I can see that being like the ramifications of what happened in the Seven Kingdoms. Like, yeah, I fucking hate these niggas because I was living there. I was good until they wanted to fight, and they blew everything up. So yeah.
So it's like, I don't necessarily need like any major character to die. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
I don't want to make a prediction on who I think would die first, because I might be right, even though I don't have any idea. But I just need to see like, oh shit, these dragons are fighting, buildings are falling, innocent people are dying.
Yeah.
Because
niggas are starving.
Yeah, like because of all this shit, versus these sort of isolated incidents that are happening, and there are no innocent bystanders. And maybe that says something about me, since I said innocent bystanders, but it is what it is.
See the people suffering.
I mean, nobody. They go live somewhere else. Go to Driftmark. Go to
how many other kingdoms?
Go to Vale. Fuck it. Go to Old Valeria.
Ain't nobody over there.
Hey, go get into the spooky shit. It can't be much worse than this.
No, facts.
It actually might be worse than that. Let's talk ratings and where this episode lands for us. 1 remote being unwatchable, 5 remotes being all-time great peak television. What are you giving the penultimate episode? You know how we do penultimates.
I know. Honestly, this was not a terrible one. I cannot lie.
Okay.
I I think in the beginning, I can never grade it before we talk about it because it opens up my brain way more. I think originally I was, this could potentially be a 5, but not necessarily a 5 because it was entertaining from the beginning to the end. I feel like the first half was like a build up, and then the second half was the best part. So with that being said, I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay. Been very gracious with your 4s all season.
I feel like they've been very solid episodes, especially the last 2. Is that becoming the last 2 4s? Like that?
You gave the last 3 episodes a 4.
Okay. Fuck off. Okay, yeah. They've been pretty solid. They haven't been average. They've been solid.
I'm not arguing your opinion.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm literally.
What I'm hearing.
I'm literally not arguing your opinion. I'm really not. I'm just, I acknowledge it and I respect it. I always respect your opinion. I really have no qualms. Okay. I don't think any show we've covered where you rated something and you gave me a rating, I was like, yeah, she fucking bugging out. Like, I've never had that thought or sentiment.
I don't feel that.
I can't help with that. I can't help.
Oh my God. Okay. I want to hear your rating.
Myself, I'm going to give it like a 3.5. I thought it was another solid episode. Yeah. But again, kind of has like its ebbs and flows of like moments where it's dull and moments where it like peaks. And given that it's a penultimate episode, I want more of a build up. They kind of did a better job at that towards the very end, obviously with Aegon and then Ulf. But I should have felt like that the whole entire episode beginning. Of like, oh shit, we about to lead it to some shit in the next week's episode, which I don't necessarily feel that way because Aegon is wherever he's at.
Yeah.
With no clue what Ulf is going to do. I mean, the only thing that's pretty clear is like there has to be some sort of conflict at Tumbleton. You have the army that's approaching there.
That's definitely coming up.
Yeah, the army that's approaching there, and now Ulf is there, which we would assume Ormond is going to use Ulf to protect Tumbleton in some capacity. Maybe Daron plays a factor too and gets Tesseron to be active. Who knows? But other than that,
Tumbleton, damn.
Other than that, like I ain't really getting much. Like, how's Rhaenyra going to deal with Rhaena? How does Baela deal with Ellen and Adam?
Having both of your uncles in love with you? Crazy.
Yeah, like I feel as though there's a lot of interpersonal relationship dynamic things that I'm fine with, but it's not necessarily like moving the needle for me.
Yeah.
What if Daemon finds out about Mysera and Rhaenyra hooking up? Do he feel some type of way? Does he even give a fuck?
No, he fucking hates her already.
I think he hates her, but I don't think... I think low-key, he's not over it, but I think he's not necessarily like, I'm going above and beyond to try to make peace. I said what I said. I try to apologize. You turn me away.
Yeah.
All right. If I can't help this one woman, I'm going to help my daughter, who I ignored for the first 17 years of her life. So...
Yeah, he's moving on to the next woman. Yeah.
So it is what it is. We'll see how it happens. It's gonna be over. It's gonna be over. I'll wait till next week to announce what we may potentially be covering now that we're wrapping up on.
It's so crazy. Another one bites the dust.
Hey man, do you want to give us 8 episodes? Then that's all we giving y'all. That's a wrap for our review on the House of Dragon, season 3, episode 7. If you agree with our remote ratings, or if you think we completely missed the mark, do us a favor. Tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to check out the description to unlock our massive legacy archive over on Patreon. And next week, we, of course, will be back to break down the season finale. So hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of the uploads. And I already gave y'all the rundown for this week, so got a lot of shit to cover. So we will definitely catch you on the next one because there's definitely a next one.
Literally.
Bye.
Bye.